Hey folks! Welcome back to Let's Play LSD. I'm your host CPC Gamer, and in our last episode, we reached day 355, meaning there are but 10 days left in the game. Isn't that great? You betcha! Thus, today's episode is going to be 3 dreams long, so we can do a huge, week-long blowout afterwards. Like, we're gonna do LSD for an entire week, and just end up on Mars or something. I've never done drugs, so I don't know what happens. But I do know that you're not supposed to be down there, fella. You're supposed to be over here in this pond. But what have I told you about models in video games acting outside of their intended parameters? Because that is some seriously spoopy nonsense, and you cut that out. Ah, whatever, I'm gonna link with you anyways. And I'm keeping an eye on you in the background, Buddha. Because I reckon you're gonna turn to face me at some point, just as I'm fading out to the next area. Yeah, see? We're off to the Violence District. You want to tell me that this thing wouldn't have been a magnitude scarier if you had turned to face me as I left? Oh, whatever, he's in the other map. He can't even hear me. Also, he's a video game polygon, so yeah! Yep, that was a noise that I just made. Oh, and my controls have locked. You hearing this? Game, did you just lock me into a jump scare? I think you did. I didn't know you could do that. Like, of all the behaviors attached to the hanging body, I didn't know it had set parameters for, like, grabbing the camera and throwing itself at you like that. Man, do you do anything else now that you're out here? I mean, there's one at the other end of the car park, and that's got a chance to drop and follow you around, but I don't know, I guess that one's done. Although, speaking of the other co-ops, let's go take a look at that. Although, just watch, that one's not gonna spawn now, you know? Like, maybe it's designed to only spawn one at a time, so it can't have another one at this far lamppost. I don't know, because it literally only just happened. So, what do you got for me? Oh, okay. Cool. Hello again, Pinata. Are you going to do anything? Because, I mean, we've only got a week left of this game, and I want to show off your apparent chase AI. Huh? Oh. Oh, I see! So there's a teleport pad over there, which sends you in front of this lamppost, which, in turn, has a chance of grabbing the camera and throwing a body at you. Like, if all the variables come together in the right way. Though actually, I wonder... Yeah, look, this one is closer to the ground compared to the usual one. Let's get a little closer. Yeah, this one's right in front of your face, not floating off the ground. And if we look up... Look, the rope isn't even attached to the lamp! Very clever! Although I take it that this is one of those things we're not really supposed to look at. And I guess she doesn't really do anything else. I mean, not that she needs to. Like, I got a bit of a scare, so that's fun. And a good indication of why jump scares don't really count as being scary. Because they startle, because they don't scare you. Not properly. I mean, scaring is something like in Fatal Frame. You are constantly threatened from all sides by a number of enemies you very often can't see. I mean, you can combine the two, I suppose. Like, start with a jump scare and use that to spawn a scary monster, but, I mean, by itself, just going boo isn't scary. And... yeah, case in point, jump scares aren't scary. Come on, game, you can't do that. You cannot demonstrate a new behavior and then throw it out there again in the very same sequence. I mean, my controls are locked again, too. Like, you are held down and forced to look at this. For quite a while, too. Like, okay, there we go. Well, now it's time to explore and see if this one does anything once you bow your head to it or whatever. I mean, I say it's a her. This is clearly a female model that isn't really doing anything. And that's unfortunate. But it does give me something to do today. I'm going to see if any of the other lampposts want to throw a hanging body at me. It's a little unfortunate that this kind of thing is happening now, because the game tends to slowly increment the things that it does. And with very little time before the end of the game, I don't think it's going to step up its game with this corpse party. Although with that said, the fact that it's happening at all is something new. Like, I honestly didn't know the game took control of the camera like that. And I think that captures nightmare logic pretty handily, actually. Like, how often are you confronted with this hideous sight and you can't look away, no matter how hard you try? But it's like looking at my early videos. Or I don't know, something that is popular that I can pretend to hate so I can look cool and edgy. You got anything for me? Evidently not. Well, let's take what we've seen today and throw ourselves down the open manhole cover. Because I suspect the trio of hanging bodies will make this dream a terrible downer. Especially given that, like, we end the dream by effectively killing ourselves by jumping down the manhole. And I'm not going to look at the other lamp besides the car, because I mean, it can spawn bodies as well, but they tend to spawn in groups of 4 without fanfare, as opposed to the single ones. Ooh, although I will check out this one. Also, I don't know if this is going to show up in the video, since I've pretty consistently been talking over the top of them, but all 3 of the bodies appeared with a low ringing noise, like a giant steel bell. Also, you can pretty much ignore the fact that I'm here, because I meant to get it wrong and link here. By the way, it's a way of providing more content to you guys, because now the dream is going to be that little bit longer. I mean, about 90 seconds longer, because I took a look at the planetary model and decided to end the dream that way. And isn't this nice, all these cogs and stuff? Also, given how many vertices are on the screen right now, can you imagine how long the computers had to work to process this video? Like, it might not look like much now, but all these interlinked moving parts as one in the 90s, that's where your money went. Although I don't quite understand the ending to that one. Like, why would a door close? And why would we be outside of it as we were scrolling down? I don't know. But I was right in one aspect. We got a pretty heavy downer. And it's very rare that I'm right in this game. Or at all. So, whoever's keeping score, put a little tick on the board for today. And one more for the narrative inconsistencies regarding whether I am always right or wrong. Like, it changes depending on what's funniest to me at the time. Well then, I'm gonna jump off the edge of the world, thus rendering the previous efforts of extending the video completely pointless! I mean, I know I only get 3 today, and wasting 1, a full third of this video, can be seen as a little wasteful, but I mean, I got to trip up the dream chart again, so it was totally worth it. Jumping off the edge of the world is apparently quantifiably more depressing than 3 hanging bodies. And that's science, so you can't deny that. Alright, whatever, let's have one more for tonight, and call it a video. Well, no, I mean, it is a video. I will actually call it, like, whatever the next in the list of hallucinogenic drugs on the Wikipedia page is. And I really hope I haven't triggered anything by going to that page as much as I have over the years. Although, and vaguely speaking of, we're back in the very first video of the series. Because this weird machine over here is a thumbnail for the entire series, I do believe. Also, look at that immediate link as soon as I reach the edge. Like, this game wants to boot me out of the ossuary ASAP. Wait, do I mean ossuary? I don't think I do. Orrery! Orrery is what I am meaning. Now, the buglers are outside, but the royals aren't. So I wonder when they spawn. I have an idea, but I'm going to keep it quiet so that I can probably just blag my way into pretending I'm right, to be honest. Alright, are you there? You are! That is exactly what I thought was going to happen. The royals aren't in the castle until the buglers say that they are. Nice. Alright, let's link with you. Oh hey! I just noticed that these guys have basically the same design as the soldiers who march around in the mushroom fields. I mean, it makes sense, I suppose. The color guard is the same as the guys who are patrolling the garden. Oh hey, and it's the written on texture pack. Like, I really like the idea of looking down from on high and seeing writing that is actually grouped together to display bigger writing. And... yep, there is nothing on there that I can particularly read. I mean, I see the article no in there a lot, which, in this context, is used as a descriptor, but I couldn't really read what it was describing, so... off to somewhere else I go! Oh, and here's some more. And the problem I'm having with this is the same problem that I have with reading Japanese comics and magazines. And did anybody else see that? Like, I didn't even touch that wall, and the game threw me back to the cottage. You are being really, really finicky today, game. But yeah, with Japanese print, I can read it, and I can tell you what it says, but not necessarily tell you what it means. I mean, not that it's strictly necessary, because when I visited, I found that speaking Japanese was a lot easier than reading it. And it was also really easy to get over the mental disconnect that I shouldn't be speaking the language. Oh, and once again, our sick friend isn't there, so... let's go screw around in the Fortress of Doors. So yeah, when I read Japanese, I worry that I sound kind of disingenuous or stereotypical. You know, like I'm the big white kid who just sits up and curses the roundness of his eyes, you know? But it was only my second day in Japan when I realized that nobody is going to go out of their way to speak English to me, so I'd better start speaking Japanese to them. And I did. Because when I landed, I was very quietly asking everybody to speak English to me or trying to stick to English words. But day 2 was like, sumimasen, dore ga akihabaru desu ka? Ah, 210, arigato. And I'm pretty damn proud of myself for that, I tell you what. And I choose to continue this story in another video because I have literally just realized that I have an appointment in 10 minutes and I kind of have to make that, so down we go. And you guys, you should join us next time for some more LSD. And until next time, goodbye.